Welcome to Ready Set RC, and today we have the Losi 1/16 1970 Chevelle two-wheel drive mini no prep drag car. This is a ready to run. It comes in two different colors, the blue that you see today and also comes in a black. It is based on the Mini 22 platform that they released with the Mini T and the Mini B. But let's go over what you get in the box. Now this car is truly considered a ready to run. It comes with everything that you're gonna need to get it up and running. So first off, you got a T-wrench, an Allen tool, a bind plug, and what they also provide you is toe block adjustments for the rear. Some additional body posts to mount different bodies onto the drag car. You get a few decals and also a Losi decal, the instruction manual, and this is pretty detailed. You got some great information in setting up the RC, setting up your shocks, how to test the car on your first run, and it comes in multiple different languages. So give it a read when you get a chance. You get a Dynamite 2S 800 mAh 50C battery pack, and that is accompanied with a USB charger, and you go ahead and you plug that into your balance lead and then charge the battery. And then we get the SLT controller. This is my first time having this controller. You have your steering trim here, your steering dual rate. Of course, you have your steering wheel here, your throttle right here. It's capable of driving with one hand. Power switches right here. Your steering reverse switches right here, and then you have a throttle limiter which is set to 50, 70, and 100, like typical what we see on a lot of the Spectrum controllers these days. As for the battery compartment down below, takes your 4 AA's, and the other cool part of all this, they provide you with the 4 AA's for the controller. So you get everything that you're gonna need to get you up and running fairly quickly. But let's get into what you guys truly came here to see, which is the car. First, let's go over the body. There's multiple pieces that's on this body, guys. It's not just a unibody shell that's on this. A molded bumper that goes on here with a molded grille. Headlights with LEDs already in them. Clear windows, I'm pretty sure you guys can see that too. Decals going along here and down below. Spoiler off the rear. Molded bumper. And the entire rear of it is another Lexan attached to the rest of the body. LEDs also in the rear, and you guys what that looks like underneath for the rear, and what it looks like underneath for the front. Well constructed, does not feel thin. It's an on-road body. Most times whatever you're going to do is you're probably going to end up on your lid, but it feels really good in the hands, guys. Now for the chassis, this thing feels a lot for its size. It has some decent weight to it, guys. This thing has some decent weight. It doesn't feel light or flimsy. I didn't feel that with my Mini 22B either. That little buggy has some weight to it. But yeah, this feels good in the hands. We got adjustable links in the front, camber, and toe. These are new suspension arms for the drag car. They are a more narrow track width compared to the Mini B. We got screw down adjustable oil-filled coilover shocks. Suspension is set up nicely. We have replica Mickey Thompson tires on the front and rear. They feel really good, soft compound going on here. We have ball bearings set up throughout this car. They look like they're metal shielded ball bearings. They're not rubber sealed. We're looking at a 1.5 millimeter thickness 6061 T6 aluminum chassis. Composite side guards on the car. We have dog bone drive shafts in the rear. Adjustable links in the rear. Composite shock towers in the front and also in the rear of this car. We have an adjustable wheelie bar on the rear. Adjustable body mounts in the front and also in the rear of this car. There are no lower shock adjustments on the front or on the rear. And there are 2 adjustments for the upper shock mounts on the front and also on the rear. When we're speaking of electronics, we're looking at an SX107 analog servo, and that has a new style servo saver I'm seeing on this compared to the Mini B. For the receiver, as I mentioned on the controller, we have an SLR300, and that mates back to the SLT2 controller. You got the tethers for the LEDs, or you have the same rubberized battery hold down that we had for the B and for the T. And then for the motor and ESC, it is a combo. It's a 2-in-1, and that's a Spectrum 6000 kV motor. And as I mentioned, it is paired with the ESC functionality as well, and has that EC2 connector coming off of it. We have a 60-tooth spur gear with a 17-tooth pinion, and the gear pitch is 0.5 mod. The car's width is 6.5 inches or 165 millimeters. The length is 17.75 inches or 451 millimeters. And the wheelbase is 9.4 inches or 239 millimeters. When it comes to the overall length and other mounting positions, there are 3 mounting positions that you can do with the rear on this car, and hopefully you guys are able to see that. Right now it's mounted in the longest position possible. You have the transmission pushed all the way out to the rear. You have 2 more positions that you can bring the transmission in and mount it to a shorter wheelbase for the car. But what's next for the Losi Chevelle no prep drag car? We're going to do a comparison between this and some of the other cars that we have in our selection, and then the video after that we're going to take it out for a run and see how it performs. But we're going to leave it here. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Check us out on Instagram for our latest post to the channel. This is Ready Set RC signing out. Thanks again, guys.